right, everybody. Welcome on in, NorCal Sports Network. They're back. They're back. Yes, if you see the thumbnail, it's titled Giants Do What Bad Teams Do. After miracle win, completely flat. The only thing that was bright tonight was the last at bat for Bryce Eldridge. He smoked. How fast was that, Dallas? Or how hard, I should say. 105? What did he hit that thing? 108? 110?
I didn't hear it.
It looked like about 110. It was a missile. Insane. Went to the game today. Nice. Bryce hit another homer. Yes, he's the only bright spot really on this team. Well, there's a couple bright spots. We'll get into that. You know, you got Adamas. I mean, not Adamas. Excuse me. Blasphemy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You got Arise. I mean, I meant to say Arise. And you got Jung-Hoo Lee. And you got Casey Schmidt. But the way I look at it, everybody's on the table except Bryce Eldridge. Build around Bryce Eldridge. We'll get into it right now. Hey, Dallas. How are you?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Not bad. Not too bad. I thought maybe, if any time was the time the Giants were going to make a run, and I didn't expect it, believe me, but this is where you have to take advantage of what happened on Wednesday and capitalize on it. But this is a bad team. That's all there is to it. They're 14 games under. Devers sucks. I'll just say it. Rafi Devers might be the worst trade in San Francisco Giants history. He's awful. I don't want him on my team. I want him gone. I want him gone as soon as tonight. It's 10 o'clock. Let's see if it's 9:58. Let's see if we get him sent out of here by 10 tonight. 10 p.m. tonight. Can we get rid of this clown, this freaking guy? I don't care, man. I'm thinking of doing something.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Huh? I know.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
You got build around Bryce. Devers wants to be a diva queen and play first base all the time. It's Bryce's position. It's Bryce's team. Sorry. It's Bryce's team. Get off my team, Devers. I was thinking of doing an all-time since 2000, the top 5. The best things to happen to the Giants since 2000 and the 5 worst things that have happened to the San Francisco Giants. And you know what? I think Buster Posey might be on the top of both lists, the best and the worst. He might be on the worst as a president of baseball ops, but the best thing to happen to the Giants because he helped bring 3 World Series titles. Now he's brought his Rafi Devers and Willie Adames, and it's just like, my goodness, are we going to have to live with Rafi Devers for 7 more years? Please.
You might have to live with him a little while longer because he has to have trade value. He's got to string together a couple of months like he had in May, and then he might have some trade value. But when he's ice cold, I don't think there's any team that's going to want him. So it's just streakiness, I mean, he's capable of greatness, but in between, and
a lot of people
those are very long stretches in between. He's not been good. I mean, he's a player that has a history of playing really well, and he's has a history of being a streaky player. Unfortunately, on the Giants, he's 1 good month, 2 bad months. You need a player to have 2 good months, 1 bad month, or 1 okay month, and he just isn't capable at this point of his career of doing that. And it's kind of mind-boggling how somebody could be so good in 1 month and so bad the next month.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Can't we get not a shame. Happy medium?
It's pathetic. I don't care for the guy. I don't think he's a winning ball player. Breaking news, E. Miller says, Rafi, what is the breaking news? Did we trade him? Did we get him out of here? Look, it's just play Eldridge all the time at first base. Get Rafi pissed off. Get him pissed off where he wants out of here. That's what I would do. Make him like a malcontent, like he's pissed off. And that
or until he starts producing, say, hey man, concentrate on your hitting, don't worry about first base. It's a little too much on your plate right now. You need to work on hitting the ball and then put Eldridge out there and let him get experience playing first base. Eldridge is the future. He's the first baseman of the future. He's the middle of the order, wherever you want to bat him. Second, first, second, third, fourth, whatever one of those positions you want to have him hit. He's the future of that position.
Are you sure about that, Dallas? I heard he was the worst hitter on the Giants from another show. Said he was the worst hitter on the team.
Well, I can't see that them continuing to make that statement. I mean, he already is leading the rookies in every statistical category. It's really tough to it's a head scratcher, but sometimes you need to say things to be controversial. And but even then, there's a limit to how far you can take those types of takes.
Yeah. I mean,
like
I'll say
I was being positive, right? I was saying things like the Giants are going to win, 90 games and they're going to go to the playoffs. And I rode that horse as long as I could, but then I had to jump off, abandon ship, and let that horse run off into the desert because not going to happen.
Wait a minute. It sounds like.
Oh, here we go.
You've been healed.
Dallas is getting healed from CTE. He's getting tired of watching this complete pile of excrement. He says he can no longer work for Greg Johnson. He wants completely free of Larry Bear. He said he's repenting of his SF Giant sins. He wants to be set free, but he's still struggling with hanging on. He's losing hope by the day, but still thinks that it's possible for a 10-game win streak and back to 500. Dallas.
I'm even beginning to doubt that.
I think so.
Except the fact that this team is headed for 90+ losses.
There we go. Dallas looks like he's been taking what, antibiotics, bear biotics. You got some Larry Bear biotics. But no, Bryce is the man. Look, Bryce is the man. He not only is the guy, he wants the mantle of being the top guy. He wants to be totally the guy. And I'm telling you, I've said it before this season started. I said it in the off season. I said, I'm not comparing him to Aaron Judge, but his stats in the minors were very similar when you look at home runs, OPS, batting average, all of that. And I said, why do I think he could be as good as Aaron Judge? Because he's 4 years younger than Aaron Judge. And just think of Bryce at 21 right now. Think of him at 25 when Judge came into the game. Bryce is going to be a 22, 23, in his fifth year. He'll be a 4-year plus veteran. And in his fifth year, he might, gosh, the sky's the limit. He's going to fill in. He's going to get more muscle as he ages. It's just a natural part of his body growth. I did see
get better at
Shasky
identifying pitches and making better decisions on when to swing.
Yeah. Oh, we got a super here from Ivan. Dan, I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Coach Miller, every trending or relevant Giants topic that pops up is something you've been saying for 2 years. It's true. I don't. Thank you, Ivan. I really appreciate that. I have been saying this. I've been talking about trading Webb for 2 years. Now it's the talk of not just getting the talk of around the Bay Area, but it's being talked about in the Bay around baseball. People saying the Giants aren't ready to win. Hello. I've been trying to tell you this, and it's like, come on, you can make the rebuild quicker if you trade Webb. You can actually get some really good prospects, and you know what? What would be the good thing to root for? Root for the Tigers to start winning. Root for the Tigers to run off 13 of 15 and be right back in the race. And all of a sudden, because the American League Central, which is being led, by the way, by the Chicago White Sox, I think they're 37-31. They have a half-game lead over the Cleveland Guardians. If the Tigers make a run and get back into this, what happens if they say, you know what? We signed Valdez to win this year, knowing Tariq Skubal was going to walk. What happens if they say, this is our window? They get hot. Valdez starts pitching great. Everybody starts going good, and Skubal doesn't get traded. Webb's the top pitcher on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And those teams that were willing to give up prospects for 2 months of Tariq Skubal now may give those prospects up for 2 years plus 2 months of Logan Webb. Well, NCS NorCal says they're too far buried, maybe, but maybe not, because let me look at the actual standings here. Detroit is 9 back. They do have to jump over Minnesota and Cleveland to get to the White Sox, but last year they were like 10 back and came storming back to. No, that was Cleveland. I take that back. Cleveland was like 10 back, came storming back to beat the Tigers with like less than a month to go. It was pretty wild. But let's see what let's just look at the wild card, just see how far the Tigers are back. Only 5.5. That's not bad. They're 29-41. They're only 5.5 back. Yes, they have to climb over 5 or 6 teams at least, yeah. But 5.5, if you win 9 out of 10, you might gain 2 or 3 games on everybody. Right? And now you're only 3 out. So we'll see. But hey, thanks again for that donation, Ivan. Really appreciate that. I don't know. What was the hats they were wearing tonight, by the way? Is that the
I think Pride.
Pride. Okay. Hold on here a second. Here, let me see here. I was just doing something here. Hold on here. Why can't I do this right? Oh, there we go. Trying to. All right. Well, look, I don't want to. Let me see if I can pull something here. What are we doing here? All right, let's see. Download image. All right. We're going to see if we can pull something up here. Well, Dallas, you had to know the Cubs were going to come back, right? And come back in looking to, get going. They're a better team than the Giants. Giants beat them 2-3 last week. And now it looks like the Cubs. Can the Giants come back and win the next two? We'll have to wait and see, right?
Yeah, they can. It depends on what team shows up. This team is capable of winning games. They're capable of scoring a lot of runs. They're capable of having horrible pitching performances and giving up the games like tonight. I mean, Roop barely held it together. He loses his control and starts walking guys and getting into trouble, and he can't put guys away. He goes way too deep into pitch counts, and he's over 100 pitches through 4 innings. You need to be more efficient, and he can't do that. So, Landon Rube, if you want to get wins, you need to pitch 7 innings with this team, and then you have a shot. But even if he had gone 7 tonight and given up 2 runs, the Giants still lose because they only scored 1 run. So there wasn't really much that Rube could do tonight. I think the bullpen is Roop gave up what? They took him out and he gave up 2 more earned runs off of Miller, the home run. But I think it's time for Miller to go on the Ryan Walker train to Sacramento and take his spot there on the River Cats bullpen and get some work in, because the guy can't throw strikes. And when he happens, he tries like mad to get it over the plate, and then he finally does, and it's just a hanger in the middle and obliterated. So you just can't run him out there. He had a chance in this game, but then once they had 5 on the board, it was a little tough. You can't come back from 5 down, from 9 down, or whatever it is every night. The comebacks, it's good they got one, but in general, this team does not come back from a deficit.
Correct. They were so fortunate they got that one the other night, or the other day, Wednesday. Yeah. Ivan comes up with another $5. Says Chapman, Adames, and Devers all made sense at
the time.
This isn't a bad team. It's a bad bullpen and a bad starting pitching. Signing Molly, not a casual. There we go. All right, Ivan, not a casual. Love it. If you had pitching
go ahead.
I say if you had the pitching and you had the bullpen, I think this team's right around 500 right now.
Sure, and capable of going on a run with good pitching. You can go on a run. You can survive games like this where the offense doesn't show up for a night, and you can have a chance to eke out a win. And past Giants teams were able to do that. Individually, on paper, these are good hitters. The team is leading the league in many offensive categories. They're very good. The problem is there's some type of rot at the core of this apple that is not allowing the team to gel and to play consistently. And it's because I think that Chapman, Devers, and Adames, they're too streaky.
Look,
and they strike out too much.
Look,
they don't give you a competitive at bat when they are not. No one's afraid of Rafi Devers right now. Nobody. He comes up and it's like, all right, here we go. Couple of fastballs down the middle, and he chases, and he's gone, right?
Yeah.
A professional hitter at least should be able to grind out at a bat that's competitive. Like you see Eldridge take, working full counts, fouling balls off, trying to find his pitch to hit. Does it work out every time? No. He ended up striking out in the first inning, but that was a good at bat. He worked the count full. He fouled off some pitches. He got one to hit, and he flew out to the deep whatever left field, whatever it was.
Devers
I can't remember.
Down to 230. 0-for-4, 2 more strikeouts. Casey Schmidt is in a funk right now. He's down to 272. He's like, I don't think he's got a hit in the last 3 games, maybe. Jung-Hoo Lee broke his hitting streak, unfortunately, tonight. That's another thing. What are we doing? That's why I can't stand this ballpark, the dimensions. Do you see where Senga was playing? Almost center field on that rope that If Jung-Hoo Lee hits the ball down the right field line, he might hit inside the park grand slam because.
Well, why didn't he do that?
Well, he hit it on a rope. I mean, you can't always hit it where you want, man, right?
I know.
You can't
but, you're going to get unlucky sometimes.
What you want. But I can't stand the fact that they guard Triples Alley in this park because it takes away. Actually, I think Triples Alley takes away more hits than it actually provides because guys smoke the ball that in any ballpark, that's a double or a triple. You can walk to second, and if you fly out of the box, you can get to third on almost any ballpark. And this ballpark, who cheats over to right center like that? And it's just because of the way the dimensions is. It's a giant, no pun intended, but it's a giant hole in the outfield. And if it gets there, it's an automatic 3-bagger. So teams try to play preventative against it. And they know that guys generally don't go down the right field line. But
sure. But that was a great play. And he hit it hard. If he had hit it 1 mile an hour harder, that's over his head and it's a hit off the wall, a double. You're not going to get it. The streak is going to end eventually, but he's been on one hell of a run.
Typical Devers, yep.
Really, what's going to be interesting is to see how Lee plays out the rest of the year. Is this real Jung-Hoo Lee? Is he really a 300 hitter? Has he found something with this new pitch machine that he's doing about identifying pitches and the traject machine that he's been working with when he was hurt? I think maybe he's figured something out. Something's clicked, and he might be a completely different player than we saw last season.
Yeah.
So
look at what Google AI.
We will need time to bear that out.
Yeah. Look, I am done with Devers. I'll tell you what. I've been hard on Matt Chapman, but I prefer Matt Chapman over Rafi Devers on this team for two reasons. One, he's a leader. He had the big mishap earlier in the year when he said, catch the effing ball. But he plays hard. He is the clubhouse leader. Everybody recognizes it. Bryce Eldridge said it Wednesday. Who's the one that is the leader in this clubhouse that gets you guys going? He says, Matt Chapman. All right. So Chapman has 4 years left. I would rather have Matt Chapman for 4 more years and have his solid defense than have to deal with Rafi Devers just like being – he's just not that good. He's been a 230 hitter for the Giants for a year now. He hit 237 with the Giants last year, and they had him for 90 games. And the Giants are now, 29 and 43, right?
Yeah.
But that is
my problem with go ahead.
72 games plus 90. That is a full season. In 162 games, Devers has hit basically 235 for the Giants. And he's striking out at 31% of the time since he became a Giant. That's just unacceptable.
But what's also the fact is that even when he's going good, right? In the month of May, he hit 300 with a 900 OPS. Where is that? 950 OPS. 306 with a 950 OPS in May. But that's great, but it wasn't enough to carry this team. He can't put the team on his back and carry the Giants. They went 9-17 in May.
Yep.
So even in his hot month, they were abysmal.
That's why I say the only reason the team started hitting is because of Eldridge. And it made the lineup longer, and it's something we all kind of saw coming. I shouldn't say all of us. Most of us did. Some places didn't see it. In fact, not just didn't even see it. They despised it. So whatever.
Well, they'll be singing a different tune here soon. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. I want to touch a subject. I want to touch the third rail for a second. Okay. Never touch the third rail, right? Never talk politics. Never talk religion. I'm going to touch on a little bit of both here. And I'm warning everybody. I do not like statement uniforms. Okay. I just don't. I'm not into statement uniforms. Okay. So what I'm talking about is I don't like this. Okay. I don't like that. Not because I'm anti-LGBTQ, but where do you stop? Because if it were me, then if you can do that, why can't you do this? Huh? Why are we discriminating against Christians? Do we have faith night? Why don't we have a hat for faith night and the players wear that? And they're all forced to wear that. You know, a nice cross. So, yeah, exactly, Celts. That's what the original rainbow was God said, I'll never flood the earth again. And that's why we have a rainbow. But, come on. Do you see the point? We shouldn't have Pride Night where we wear the caps, just as we probably should not have Christian Faith Night where you wear a hat with the cross. Because where does it stop, Dallas?
Well, I mean, it's religion versus, community based, right?
Well, I think you can say that you could argue that faith based is community as well. You could argue that you could.
San Francisco has, one of the largest LGBTQ, communities in for any city in the world, right? It's like kind of what it's known for. So I kind of see that, but you're right. Where do you draw the line? They have the Gigantes jersey on Saturday night with the Latin American type of culture represented on Saturdays, and then they have the Pride Month. They have, but there's plenty of communities that don't get a hat, right?
Right. My point is this. Just put the Giants logo on the hat. You want to change the colors of the Giants logo with, things that is about America because it's Memorial Day weekend or 4th of July that represents everybody in America. That's because that's who we are, right? But let's not pick different groups and it's fine. You want to have Christian Faith Night, you want to have LGBTQ night at the stadium where everybody gets, you have Japanese Heritage Night, Filipino Heritage Night, Mexican Heritage Night. You have all these different things. I'm fine with that. But let's not.
You've got 81 home games. You can have a night for everybody.
But let's not take it to the field where players, people got on the Blake Trinan last week in L.A. Blake Trinan, all the Dodger players wore the Pride hats. Well, Blake Trinan came out of the bullpen wearing the Dodger hat without the Pride colors. And everybody got all over him. But why should we, if a player has a certain belief, they shouldn't be criticized for that. You shouldn't, my whole point is it should not be mandatory for the teams and the players. If the players want to wear the Pride hat, fine. But if they want to they don't want to wear it, it's called freedom, right? You shouldn't be forced to
have a uniform, but you're right. There's going to be, why do certain groups get it and certain groups don't? So
All right, we got a Filipino here. My wife's from the Philippines. Hey.
Yeah, I believe they should have a Filipino hat night.
Thank you, Poe, for watching. Look, you have your hats for the fans, but the players should not be forced to carry the ideology of anything. I am a Christian, and I am proud to say that, but I don't believe that the team should be should have to wear the hat that I put up here and kind of just quickly designed. I don't think that is something that should be put on any baseball player. What if somebody's a Muslim? They don't want to wear it. That's fine. We shouldn't be pushing this agenda. Ivan says, look, I'm wearing a Cubs hat. I would never wear another team's hat ever. This is all for show. Okay. I wear it for fun because I said,
I would never wear a Dodgers hat.
You won't see a Dodgers hat on the show. Although there was once a Dodgers hat as a joke, but that's where I'm going with this. I just don't think we should be. And look, it's not
down
anything.
To
it's not anything.
Having that hat in the store to sell them.
Fine, that is fine.
That's what it is.
That's what and they're trying to put it on the field so it sells.
It's advertising.
Yeah. I don't
People see the hat and they're like, hey, I want one of those. I'm going to go on the store and buy one online. And 5,000 people just bought one of those tonight at $32 a piece.
Yeah.
They made $160,000. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look, would I wear a Pride hat personally? No. Would I wear this hat? Yes, I would. But I don't think the point is, that players it should be pushed on the players to have to wear something. Look, I mean, my whole point on this is, where do you draw the line? Do you have, if you did that for Christians, then you got Muslims, you got other faiths, Hinduism. I mean, do you just keep putting all this out there? And I mean, just, if it were me, I mean, you got a different Giants hat. I've got about 20 different colors of different Giants hats. It's fine. I got this right here. I got this. I got, a spring training one. I've got this one. I can just go on and on and on. I think.
But you don't have the Pride one, Dan.
I don't have that one in my.
You better get it.
I better get it.
You know what you could do, Dan, is that Christian hat that you made. Yeah. It doesn't actually have like the Giants logo on it. You could probably make that and sell it. And then you could make a Muslim one and a Jewish one and a Hindu one, and you could do all the religious hats. And the Giants aren't going to do that, but there's a market for it.
Maybe so. Maybe
there's an idea for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I see guys wear this shirt a lot. Have you seen that? Patrick Bailey wore it. Who did I interview in the Giants clubhouse? JD Davis had underneath a shirt that said Jesus won. I just, to me, it's just, it gets to be a little too much. Oh, Roop wears it. Okay. I'll bet you Bryce wears it too. Don't forget your Vatican hat. There we go, from Rome. There we go. Yeah. Los in a trade I lost.
While you're on the topic of uniforms, and I don't like to be a downer, but why does Harrison Bader have to wear pink sleeves and Willie Adames has to wear purple sleeves, and some people wear orange ones, which is a little better, but the ones that are not even the color of the Giants colors, do they have to do that when the team is 14 games under 500 and they're dressed like, I'm an individual. I'll wear whatever I want, and I'll listen to whatever the coaches I want or not, and I'll just do whatever I want because I'm not really a team player. I'm just here to get my numbers and get my paycheck, and maybe that's a stretch, but there's so few times the Giants even get to wear their uniforms, their normal home cream-colored uniforms.
Yeah, I like those uniforms.
And then when they do, it gets everybody has their own take on it, and it's the Giants, but it could look a little more like the Giants.
Yep, I've seen this too, Philip. Yep, I've seen it. Guys get cut out. But hey, let's while Dallas is gone, let's hit the sponsor of PrizePicks for the show. Look, not everybody wants to do PrizePicks or any kind of form of gambling. I get it. You have to be careful. But if you want to have fun and you like to have fun on the team, PrizePicks is a daily fantasy app where you build lineups, and you build lineups whether it's more or less. You just pick more or less than a projected stat total, like Rafi Devers, more than a half a strikeout. If you predicted tonight more than 1.5 strikeout, that would be one of your 4 that you got right. And right now, new users get $50 in lineup play when they play their first $5, win or lose. You get $50 to add to your bucket right away. So PrizePicks available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today. Build your lineup. Follow along while watching the games. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. And make sure you use that promo code NCSN. Very important. Use that promo code NCSN. Also want to thank Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group has been a longtime sponsor of NorCal Sports Network. Give them a call at 415-613-9483. Chapman Law Group for all your legal needs. You got a personal injury situation? They specialize in that. Give Chapman Law Group a call. Call's free, consultation's free. And if you don't win the case, you don't pay. That's what it's like with a personal injury. So give Chapman Law Group a call there. All right. Let's see. The emailer, yeah. Talk about faith and go right to PrizePicks. Yeah. Look, I don't gamble much at all. I have a little fun, but
that's where you get the most. Praying gets the most work. Please hit the under.
If Lowe says if the catcher Lackey drops to 4, grab him. He's dominant. If not, take Flora, the pitcher. Don't take another shortstop, as their 3 top prospects are shortstops. Yeah, you got Level, Josar, Gonzalez, and then Hernandez and Level, all 3 of them. Yeah. Yeah. Lackey's pretty good. I think if he drops there, that would be, I'm sure Buster might pounce on that.
I think that's what's going to happen.
You think someone else is going to grab Flora at 3, or you think Flora's going to fall to 5?
I think that Lackey will be available, and they'll get him.
Really?
Yep.
So how do you got it going? You got it going 1, Ralph Chakowski, 2, Grady Emerson, 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then who do you got going 3? Flora?
I don't know. I got to pull it up now. I haven't looked at it.
The top 5 is probably going to consist of Chakowski, Emerson, Von Lackey, Flora, and George Lombard. I
think that people have their own lists, and it doesn't always go according to what you think.
Yeah. Anyway, I know some people probably didn't like the hat. I wasn't trying to be controversial. I'm not slamming pride, whatever. But look, it's just like it is what it is. I just prefer that they just wear the Giants logo or keep it to themes that are American holidays, whether it's Memorial Day and you want to wear the khaki greens, or the 4th of July, or Mother's Day and you're wearing pink or whatever. I don't know. But it's like, yeah. So, but there's always something. Anyway, let's create a straight night.
I'm going to hop out and hop back in because you're freezing up for me, but you're not frozen for anybody else. So one moment.
No, I'm not frozen. Okay. Dan, not frozen. Hey, guys, let's create a straight night. That's hilarious. All right. Guys, you know what time it's going to be here because I'm going to have to leave here shortly. We're going to pull up the Immaculate Grid tonight. And look, the Giants are just a bad team. Accept it. You want your 88-win season. I can't give you an 88-win season. All right, I'll tell you what. Pretend it's 2030. I'll give you 88 wins in 2030, okay? And then some. If the Giants do it the way I'm proposing they do it, now I'm different from everybody out there except a few guys like Los and others who want to rebuild, Senior. Some of the guys get it. I want to fully rebuild so that the Giants are not shooting for the playoffs one year and then they're out of it for the next 3 or 4 years. I want a sustained, successful team where you're competing for championships every year like the Dodgers. And if the Giants do it right, they can have that. And how do they do it right? They trade Logan Webb this trade deadline. They pick up a couple really great prospects. They trade Arise. They trade Ray. They trade everybody not named Eldridge. Everybody's on the block. So how do you get sustained success? Yeah, deloading says everybody wants it too. But you can't get it deloading when you bring in mid players and you're not spending enough money. There's 2 ways to have success, and the Giants have chosen, unfortunately, the middle path. They went low on pitching. They didn't want to spend, so they got Hauser and Molly, and they got no bullpen. What happens if you went out and really spent in the last couple years to support your offense that you think you're spending on, and you paid the luxury tax, but your payroll's $300 million plus, and you've got really good bullpen, and you've got some good starters, and then you can afford to keep Logan Webb. But because you refuse to actually spend the money, then the only way for sustained success is to rebuild it with young guys that are top prospects in the game, and they come up together and they're good together for years. And then you spend where you need to, you trade where you need to. But if you're trying to fill it with constant free agents, and they're mid-free agents like Willie Adames, and I'll put Matt Chapman in that mid category. Maybe he's a little bit higher than the mid. He's, defensively, he's great. I don't think Willie Adames does anything great. What does Willie Adames do that's great? At least what Matt Chapman does, what's great, is play great third base. All right? He's not the greatest hitter. He's not the worst hitter. He's coming close to major league average. You can live with Matt Chapman. You just can't live with too many guys that don't do anything great. Okay? You need some greatness. And Yeah, Willie Adames is really good at hugging the opposing players. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Free agents are just a Band-Aid. They can't make a core unless you outspend everyone every offseason. And that's why I say pick a lane. Either go spend the money and try to win it that way, or build. Why are teams like Tampa Bay, who else can I say? Tampa Bay, Milwaukee. How about those two? Why are those two always better than the Giants, and they spend less than half of what the Giants spend? They're under $100 million payroll. Why are they always good? Why is other teams that don't spend a lot? St. Louis isn't spending a lot. Pittsburgh isn't spending a lot. Why are they better? Because they're actually getting some really good prospects of their own, and they're making, better player development. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened to Dallas tonight. I don't know if he's got some issues with the computer or not, but we're going to play Immaculate Grid here right now because I've got to run here shortly. So it's Immaculate Grid time. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody. Look what we got for Immaculate Grid tonight. We got we got Giants, Milwaukee, Detroit, Arizona, Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania. I mean, the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm thinking Philly and Pittsburgh. We got two teams from Pennsylvania. All right, so we're going to start as we always do, left to right. Arizona and Milwaukee. There is a pitcher that I'm thinking of that was with Milwaukee, Shelby Miller. Arizona and Milwaukee. You guys, how about a Shelby Miller? Left to right, Arizona, Milwaukee. Craig Counsell, that's right. Did he play for Milwaukee, Eddie? I know he managed Milwaukee, but did he play for? I think he did. Didn't he, Dallas?
I can't recall.
Who do we want to go with? I need to go quick. Corbin Burns. Yeah, that one's too big, though, Lowe's.
Craig Counsell did play for Milwaukee.
Okay, we can go Counsell. We could go Shelby Miller. NorCal says Lyle Overbay. Edwin Jackson. Lyle Overbay, NorCal? Paz? Are you Paz? I got to know because that's a name that's going to be a 0.2 because I've never heard of Lyle Overbay. Tell me you're 100%. Don't start me off and get me wrong on the first pick. Okay, I'm going to trust NorCal. He's never let us down yet. So we're going
Confirmed.
Lyle Overbay, a guy that I've never heard of.
I mean, he played
1%. Oh, we
13 years.
All right. That's interesting. Why didn't I hear of him? Shelby Miller would have been a good one, too. All right. Now we go Giants, Arizona. We got Mad Bum. We've got Mark. Did Mark Melanson play for Arizona? Why am I thinking?
I blocked that out.
Arizona and the Giants. Evan Longoria, that's a good one. Reggie Sanders, yeah. Randy Johnson, Jock Peterson, Russ Ortiz, there we go. Cody Ransom, that's even better. Cody Ransom. What's the oldest one? Because a lot of times the older back far you go, Steve Finley. That's a good one, Los.
Steve Finley played on pretty much every team.
Good night, Nick. 2 a.m. Have a good night. Let's go with who do we want to go with? Do we want to go Cody Ransom or do we want to go Matt Williams? That's another one. Evan Longoria, I think that's going to be too popular. I think Cody Ransom right now. I'm leaning Felix Rodriguez. That's another good one. What do you think? Chat.
Yeah, Cody Ransom.
Cody Ransom. Okay.
He's a career 213 hitter.
Cody Ransom. There we go. 0.2. That's what we're looking for. All right. Arizona and Detroit. Arizona and Detroit. We need the Diamondbacks and the Detroit Tigers. I've got my Giant in Philly, maybe. We got Al Holland. Well, we'll get to that later. Mike Krukow. But Arizona, Detroit. Arizona, Detroit. Oh, come on. I need Arizona and Detroit. Anybody. No help from the crowd. Where's our Chat GPT guys that are on the show?
Edwin Jackson.
Edwin Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
JD Martinez. Yeah, that's a good one, Los. But two. We want golf scores. We don't want one that's got a 10% or 12%. We need Jose Valverde, the closer. Who did you say, Los? I mean, Dallas?
Edwin Jackson.
Oh, Tony Clark. That's a good one, too. Edwin Jackson. That might be a good one. Edwin Jackson. Ooh, dang it. 5%.
Too high.
All right. Phillies, Brewers. Phillies, Brewers. We need obscure names. Where's Matthew out there? He always comes up with some obscure names. Phillies and the Brewers. Come on. Phillies, Brewers. Jeff Jenkins, or some people would say Geoff. Jeff Jenkins. I like that. Phillies, Brewers. We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it because I've got to go. Otherwise, I'm going to leave my son sitting out. What did I say? What was the name, Dallas? I don't have the screen up. Jeff Jenkins?
Jeff Jenkins. Jeff with a G.
Jeff Jenkins, 1998 to 4%. Ooh, we're high tonight. All right, Giants, Phillies. I'm gonna go Mike Krukow, guys. Aaron Rowan. What do we think? Who's going to be better? Krukow? Al Holland? Anybody remember that one? Al Holland. Let's try Al Holland. Gary Maddox. That's a big one, though. Let's go Al Holland. What do you think? That's a name no one's going to remember. There we go. 0.5. Phillies, Detroit. Phillies, Detroit. This is all players, no stats tonight. I need a Phillies, Detroit. Oh, Terry Mulholland was Phillies, Giants. Yeah. Big Darren Ruff. That's right. Big Darren Ruff was the Phillies, Giants. How about Phillies? I'm on the Phillies Tigers now, guys. I don't think Mulholland played with the Tigers, did he? Tigers. How about some of these old timers? Come on, guys. What do we got? Come on. Somebody give me some names. Anybody. We got anybody telling us anybody?
Phillies.
Polanco. Chico Fernandez. Remember that guy? I think he might have. Nobody can think of anyone. All right, we're just going to try. We're going to try a name here. Ben Flowers. There we go. All right. Pirates, Brewers. Pirates, Brewers. What do we got? Give me some names, everybody. Pirates, Brewers. Pirates, Brewers.
Jason Kendall.
Really? You remember that one? Jason Kendall? Was he a catcher or a pitcher?
He was a catcher.
Yeah. Did Ken Brett, Schoolboy Jeff D'Amico? You sure on that one? Jeff D'Amico. I think Mike Fetters might have been one. Eric Kratz. Remember the catcher? What do you guys think? I know Kratz did because he was with Milwaukee in the playoffs, I remember, and he was with the Pirates. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Eric Kratz, or he's a
That's a good one.
Catcher.
That's a low score.
That's a low one? All right, let's try.
Yeah. That's 0.2.
You think it is? Or did you already look it up?
No, didn't look it up. It's a guess.
Kratz. It's not popping up here.
Eric with a K.
I thought I did it. I'm just going to type in his last name. Grat. Come on. Kratz. There we go. Eric Kratz. Be under 1%, please. Yes.
Oh, I was off by 1.
Okay, here we go. Giants, Pirates. Bill Madlock, Joey Bart. Barry Bonds. Joey Bart. Don't all our players go to the Pirates lately?
Yeah, all of them.
Who else? Joey Bart. Who's John Kevin Correa? Bob Elliott? I don't remember Bob Elliott. Pirates, Giants. Armando Rios. That's probably a good one, right? John Vanderwall. Should we go? Who do we go with, Dallas?
Marco Luciano hasn't made it to the majors yet.
Yeah. Kevin Correa. Who we going with? Chat, give me a name real quick. Kelt says John Gochnar. I don't know who that is. Rick Russell. Yeah, too big of a name, I think, though. So many options. Yeah, there's tons of them on the Giants Pirates.
Dalton Jeffries.
He didn't play for the Giants, did he?
Yeah.
Wow, I must have forgot that one.
He played 2 games for the Giants.
Dalton Jeffries?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go with Dallas's pick here. Dalton
I think it'll be 0.1.
Jeffries. Why is it not showing up?
It's DAUL.
Oh, DA. Still not
LT.
showing up. How am I spelling Jeffries? Jeffries.
That's correct.
Jeffries. It's not showing up. I don't have any
back
choices.
out. Do DAULTON.
Huh?
Back out and say DAU.
You sure he played for
I'm looking at it right here.
DAUL?
There he is. Boom.
Hey, there's a good one. 0.1%. All right, last one. Detroit and Pittsburgh. Give me Detroit, Pittsburgh. I got to roll. Supposed to be Detroit, Pittsburgh. Come on, everybody. Tigers, right? Detroit and who? Trying to think of guys. All right. I know everybody remembers this guy. When it's getting late, cheat. Jimmy Archer. What was our score? Look at Jimmy Archer, 1907. There we go. I had to look it up. I was in a hurry. I got to roll. Wilbur Cooper. Wilbur Cooper, Randall Simon. All right. Lance Parrish was a good one. Who had that one? Los. Yeah. All right, Dallas. You want to hang on or you want to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
All right.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, me too. I gotta roll. Guys, thanks for joining tonight. Make sure you hit the like button if you would on the way out. It really does help the algorithms. Hit that like button. We'll be back. What's the time's the game tomorrow, Dallas? Is it an afternoon game or a night game?
Let me see. Tomorrow we have 7:05 p.m.
It's a true night game. Oh, okay. All right.
Ben Brown versus Trevor McDonald.
All right. Probably about 9:45 tomorrow night, roughly. Guys, we'll be here. We try and entertain with other stuff because there's really not a whole lot to talk about in these games. I think we got the thrill of our season on Wednesday. If we ever have a moment like that again, that would be pretty nice. But let me get the music down a little bit there. Oh, I got the wrong one. There we go, with this one. All right, Lumberjack Eldridge has arrived. Exactly. Celts. Rich Celts out there. Check out Celts Chronicles on YouTube. If you want to get some great 49er content, Celts Chronicles.
It's a good thing they gave Adamas that 2 days off. He really came back strong today.
Yeah, he really did tonight. He was, I think, just that seventh inning where he got tagged on the foot was really good. He almost got a hit. He almost did. But
almost.
He still was 0 for 3. And he's down at 232. But, hey, you know what? 232, it's a little better than 230 for our other big high-priced guy.
And the good thing for Adamas, when he's hitting down in the order like that, he only got 3 at-bats. So his average wasn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
An 0 for 3 is better than an 0 for 4.
Yeah. Look at that, man. Arise, Eldridge, and Lee. Who makes the All-Star team? It doesn't seem like Casey's going to make it at this point. He's kind of fallen back to earth. Does Jung-Hoo Lee make it?
Lee.
Does Luis Arise make it? Or Is there a possibility that Bryce Eldridge still can make it? What happens if Bryce Eldridge starts pumping for the next month?
It could happen. Definitely could happen.
Last year, remember, Mizorowski made the All-Star team, and he only had pitched like 5 games. You know what Mizorowski did tonight? A 1-hit complete game with 15 strikeouts. The guy is absolutely dominant. Anyway, good for him. Guys, we're out of here. Let's give us a goodbye, Dallas, from John Miller, and we'll say goodnight and see you guys tomorrow night at about 9:45, 10 o'clock, right after the last pitch or so. Give us a few minutes. Take care, everybody. Goodbye!